So it consists of a collection of classes, packages, and interfaces. So you can store class files, interface files, and packages under the package. So it means that your directory may have some subdirectory. So we are treating subdirectory as a subpackage, right? So we can say it as a collection or group of similar classes, interfaces, and subpackages. So generally we can classify the Java packages into two categories. The one is built-in packages. The second one is user-defined packages. So built-in packages are exist in JVM. So I display the same under source directory. So I think in first or second class, I have shown some rar file, right? That rar file consists of so many directories. These are all actually the built-in packages. So user-defined directory, today we are going to work on user-defined directory. So you may note the inbuilt there is inbuilt packages. So under the lib, there is a directory called source.zip. So this consists of so many directory. So I'm going to open java.base. So under this it have com, Java, JavaX, JDKs, and these are all the package. So if I'm going to open Java, Java have sub packages. The sub packages are IO, lang, math, net, NIO, security, text, time, utility. So now I'm going to open language. So if I'm opening the language, it consists of sub packages like annotation, constant, invoke, module, reference, runtime. So it consists of Java programs, Java classes. The classes are like abstract method error, abstract string builder. These are all the classes exist in the package, right? So I told that it consists of classes, interfaces, and sub packages. So if you take if you take this integer, so integer is a class. So this integer class actually consists of so many methods. So likewise, the individual classes consist of method. In case of if it is an interface, the interface again it is a Java file. It consists of class, declaration. The declaration must consist of data member as well as method. But the key difference between the class and interfaces, the class consists of implementation. The interface does not consist of implementation. For example, if you are defining a method display in the class, in the sense it must have some functionality. So what is the main purpose of that method that is actually implemented in the class file? In case of interface, it will have the declaration for a method. It means that there is a method exists, the name of the method is display, but the actual functionality, the actual instruction of method is not defined in the interface file. That is the main difference between class and interface, but the naming convention is same for class and interface. So now I'm going to say that, okay, how to deal with user defined interfaces. So if it is a user defined package, so not an interface, it is a package, it is actually created by the user. So as a developer, why we need to organize my files using this package? The first thing is it will provide protection. So while discussing about access modifier, I told that there is a access modifier called default. The default access modifier provide the visibility within a package. So if you want to access within a package, you may use default. So it try to provide some protection. The next advantage is it normally avoid naming collision. For example, if you are working with the enterprise project, it consists of 300 to 500 Java file. So if you want to save the same file, if you want to save the same class file, but the purpose of the class is different. In such a case, it is very difficult to manage all the class files under the directory. In such a case, you may treat the second class. The class name is actually same as the previous one. You may simply keep the class inside some sub package. That's why we are organizing our class and interface file under the package. The simple thing about the package is it will provide the maintenance. So while thinking about maintenance, the maintenance is quite easy because we are managing the files under the directory. It reflects our file system, so the management is very easy. These are all the reasons for the developer need to use Java package, right? So now I'm going to write a program. So I'm opening the file. Okay, to understand package, now I'm going to create the directory, right? First, so I'm going to D drive. Then I'm going to your directory, that is CS8392. So under this, I have some directories, Java runtime environment and zip file, everything, right? So now I'm going to create a directory. So for creating the directory from the command line, I'm using the command mkdir. So mkdir followed by, I'm going to name the directory as package, right? So now I'm going to validate whether it is created or not. So it is actually created. So this is actually empty directory. Okay, so now I'm going to create a Java file. So I'm opening the new file. So notepad, Java, package.java. So under this file, I'm going to create a package. So if you want to keep this file under some package, in the sense, you need to use the keyword called package. So package followed by your package name. So now I'm going to take the package name as edu. So here I'm going to create a directory called edu at the end of compilation. It means that I'm going to store my class file under the directory called edu. Okay, so under this I'm going to write a basic program. So I'm going to define a class. So class test. So here it is not a public class. So I'm using class test. Then I'm going to define some main function, public static void main. So I'm going to pass array of string as an argument. So I'm going to print some statement within this main function. Okay, main method invoked, right? Yeah, that's all. So now I have created a class. The class is test. It consists of a main function. The key terminology here is I have created a package named edu. Okay, so now I'm going to tell how to compile this file. So now we are having a package, right? So how to compile the file? So generally how to compile the file? We need to use the command called javac followed by file name .java. So the file extension must be .java. So here I need to store my files, my class file under the directory. So I have specified the directory inside my Java file. So we need to explicitly state that there is some information exists inside the file. So I'm going to use javac command. Along with this javac command, I'm going to use the option called -d. So -d specifies the destination of the class file. So generally it will generate the class file called test.class because the class name is test. So if you are using -d, after -d you need to specify the location of the class. So if you want to store the files under the current working directory, the current working directory is D drive CS8392. So if you want to store such a files under the current working directory, in the sense you can simply use dot. So it stands for your current working directory, right? So okay, right. So the current working directory is CS8392. Actually, I want to do within the directory called package, but I have created a file Java package under CS8392. So there is no issues. So I have created the Java file under CS8392. So now I'm trying to create a directory edu under directory called CS8392. That's why I have mentioned the current working directory using dot. Okay, followed by the file name. So the file name is java package.java. So now the compilation is over. Now I'm looking on the directory CS8392. So it has actually created the directory called edu because I have mentioned the package name as edu. So within that edu, it consists of that class file. So without the package, the class file is actually generated within the same directory. So now I have separated the class file from the source file. So if you are working with enterprise application or web application, we need to keep the source file and the class file in different location. For example, if you are looking onto the Java runtime environment, the actual source files are exist in the src.zip, but the class files are exist in the JRE. So if you are working with JDK, you can access class file as well as Java file. But if you are working with JRE, we cannot access the source file. So this is the purpose of this Java package. Right. So now I'm going to execute the class test. So generally how to execute the class? So Java followed by class name. But here the constraint is I have stored the file under the directory edu. So we need to explicitly state the directory. So the directory is edu dot, what is my class name? The class name is test. Right. So it having the main method. So it display main method in mode. Right. So similar to that, okay, if you want to keep sub packages, so now we have to work with sub packages, right? So I'm going to open the file notepad java package.java. I am going to create a subdirectory, right? So edu, within that I'm going to use PSG. So under the PSG group, we are in the PSG iTech. So your belongs to ECE, right? So Department of ECE. Okay, so now I have created a package. So in this example, I'm going to tell the implication of sub package. Okay, now I'm going to compile the Java file. So Java C space -d. I'm going to use current location. So I'm using dot followed by file name. So the file name is Java package.java. Okay, so now I'm going to open the directory CS8392. So the root level is edu. In last case, I have created class file under edu. So now I have modified the program. The program consists of the class called ECE. So the root level is edu. The next level is PSG. Under that, I have a sub package called iTech. Under that iTech, I have created a class file ECE. So if you want to execute the class file, you may use same procedure. Java followed by your package followed by class name. The root level is edu. The next level is PSG. The next sub level is tech, iTech, followed by the class name. Dot, the class name is EC. So it printed the statement of ECE class. So now I have explained how to create a package, how to create a sub package. Okay, now I'm going to tell how to access the package. Okay, so now I'm going to create one more class. So I'm going to create a package called, I'm going to create a file, notepad, Java package test dot Java. Okay, so now I'm going to use package. It means that I'm going to store this file under some directory. So directory is demo. So I'm using different name. Okay, now I'm going to store the file in the second level. So demo. So normally you don't use the keywords like demo, test like that. So we need to follow the naming convention. The root level will decide the organization, next department level, followed by the project level. So we are working with education institution. So I'm using edu again. So instead of edu, I'm going to use org. Right. So org dot ECE. That's enough. So I'm going to create a two level. So within that, I'm going to write a class. So I'm going to use public class. So if it is a public class, name must be same as class name. So Java package test. So within this Java package test, I'm going to write a main function. Okay, within that, I'm going to create an object for test as well as ECE. So test T1 is equal to new test. Similarly for ECE, ECE E1 equal to new EC. But the class Java package test cannot find the location of test and EC. For that, we need to import the package. So I'm going to write import statement. Import. So here you need to mention the package name. So the first I'm going to use edu. So edu dot start. So I'm going to include all the class files exist in the edu directory, edu package. Okay, next. For ECE, I'm going to use some other way of accessing the package. So here I'm going to write the import statement with specific to class. So write import. I'm going to import ECE class now. So import edu dot psg dot itech dot ec. So in first case, I have considered all the class files. So in second case, I have considered a single class file called EC. So without this import statement, we can access the class. So I will tell within the main function now. So now I'm going to create an object without the import statement. So I'm going to refer the package name inside the main function. The package name is edu dot test t2 is equal to new edu dot test. In this way also you can access the class. So the first statement is actually works because of this import edu dot start. The second statement will work because of import edu dot psg dot ec. This statement works without any import statement. So while writing the object creation step, I have included the package. So the package name is edu. Okay, to understand whether it is working or not, I'm going to write a basic method in the test and ECE class. So now I'm going to open the files. So the first file is test.java. Okay, this is not a test, Java package. The file name is Java package. So within that I have ECE. So I'm going to add a method public void display. So I'm going to write a checkpoint system.out.println display method invoked. Actually, I have modified the test class. So now I'm going to write the new class because I have created an object inside the Java package test. So I'm going to create one more class. So the name of the file is test.java. So the class name is test. The package name is edu. So your first example, today's first example. So here it is also having display. Okay, to differentiate the method in test and EC, here I'm considering it as a display new. Okay, display test is a method of. Okay, so here display test method invoked. So the main function is common. Okay, right. Okay, now I'm going to compile both the file. So to compile test.java, javac -d current working directory test.java. To compile java package.java to create ece.class file, same syntax. Okay, now it was created. Okay, so now I'm going to modify java package test. So I'm going to invoke the method now. First, t1 dot display e1 dot display new, then t2 dot display. That's all. So now I'm going to compile java package test. So I given the package is org.ece. So javac -d java package test. Yeah, it states that I have defined the class in private area. So you need to define the classes public, because if it is a private, we cannot access outside that, right? So I'm going to modify the classes. So Java package, I'm going to change the classes public class. So if it is a public class, we need to change the name as Java package. So this is because of access modifier, right? Then I need to change test.java. So here the file name is same, so I'm simply including the access modifier public. Okay, right. So now again I need to compile the source file. So first I'm compiling test.java, next java package.java, now java package test.java. Okay, what is the problem again? Okay, now it is not ECE. The class name is Java package. That is the problem here. Okay, so this is not ECE, Java package. Similarly, here it is also Java package. The default constructor name is also Java package. I think that's an error. So I made one more mistake here. So within Java package, I have a display method. Within test, I have display new. So here it is display new. This one is display. This one is again display new. Okay, now I'm compiling my test class Java package test.java. Cannot find the symbol. Display new. Oh, it's not display new, it is actually a display test. Cannot find the symbol display. E1. So I'm going to again compile Java package. So Java C hyphen D dot Java package dot Java. It's working fine. Cannot find the symbol. One second, I'm opening the file again. Notepad. Java package dot Java. Yeah, this actually consists of private class. Okay, public Java package. So now I'm going to compile Java package. Now again Java package test. Yeah, it works fine. Okay, so now I have imported the package. So while importing, I have used three different statements. So one is to include all the classes by star. For specific class, you may mention the class in the import statement. So without import statement, you may simply use package name while creating an object. So I given three options. So now I'm going to execute the program, whether it is working, whether it is imported or not. So for execution, Java, I have stored my Java package test under org.ece. So I need to mention org.ece dot Java package test. Package test. So first it invoked display test because of object T1. Next, I have invoked a display using an object A1. So it printed display method invoked. Okay, next case T2. Without any import statement, I have created an object T2. It is printed display test method invoked. Right. So in this way, you can import and access the packages. Okay, in case if you want to store the file in some other location. So now I am dealing with if I am storing my files in the current working directory, it is very simple. In case if you are storing your files in some other location. For example, now I'm going to work with C drive. So I'm switch over to C drive. So now I'm going to create a file. So the file is notepad, some test. Okay, so I think so many tests is there. Okay, Java test dot Java. So within that, I'm going to copy the basic program. So I'm going to copy the file. So package edu test. So don't confuse with the file test. So I have created the file under C drive. So the package name is edu. Okay, instead of edu, now I'm going to change the different name, ECE. Okay, now I want to store the file under my D drive. So I simply save the file. After that, I'm going to compile the file. So Java C -d. So instead of mentioning dot, here I'm going to specify the path. So I'm going to specify the path now. D drive CS8392 followed by package. So I have created a directory called package. Okay, so within that I'm going to create a package called ECE followed by my file name. The file name is Java test dot Java. The compilation is successful. Now I'm going to check whether the file is created or not. So I'm going to CS8392 under D drive. I'm looking for the directory package because I have created EC directory under the directory package. So it is actually created a new directory EC. Within that, it created the class file test.class. Okay, so now I am working with C drive, but the class file is stored in D drive. In such a case, how to run my program? So if you want to run that program, you need to use Java command, this default. So after that, in previous case, I have mentioned the package name. For example, if it is ECE, I simply given that ECE dot test. But here, the current working directory is C drive user Shawari, but it does not consist of my class file. The class file is existent D drive CS8392 package. So we need to pass my class path as an argument. So if you want to mention class path as an argument, we need to use an argument called class path. So I have mentioned the class path. Followed by class path, we need to include the path. So D drive CS8392 followed by package. So after that, what is your package name? Package name is ECE. What is your class name? The class name is test. So now it invoked the main method. That's why it printed main method invoked. Okay, so Java. Okay, so this is all about Java package. So next we are going to focus on Java documentation tool. So Java have so many development tools. The one of the development tool is called Java documentation tool. So we can call it as a Java doc tool. Java doc. So this is mainly used for documentation purpose. So if you want to create the API document, you need to use the tool called Java doc, right? So if you want to use this Java doc tool, you need to use documentation command. So generally, how to comment the statement in Java? So if you want to comment a single line, you can use double slash. This is for single line. For multi-line, you may use slash star followed by multi-line So it ended with star followed by slash. So now I am told that it requires documentation comment. So this is for single line comment, this is for multi-line comment. So now it requires documentation comment. The documentation comment is slash star star followed by your message. It ended with star slash. So instead of single star, the documentation comment consists of two star. So this I given star for a point. So I remove the star for this documentation comment. Right? Okay, so I told that Java documents tool used it to create API document. Right? So now I'm going to tell, okay, how to create such an API document. So this is mainly used to explain your program. So without the support of developer, you can understand the content of Java program. That is the main objective of this Java documentation tool. Okay, now I'm going to explain Java documentation tool using same Java test. Right, so I'm going to open the file Java test now. Okay, so I'm switch over to package directory. So D drive. So within that, I'm simply opening the file. Okay, test.java. So notepad test.java. Okay, so within this file, I'm going to include my developers information. So I have created a class. So I'm going to explain the usage of this class. Okay, this class contains two methods, namely display test and main method. So it is first comment. Next, I'm going to add the comment for display test. Okay. This method prints display test method invoked. Okay, similar to that, for a main method, I'm going to give the comment line. This method print department of ECE. That's all. Okay, I have saved the file. Now I'm going to compile and execute. So I have used the package. So I need to use Java C along with -d. So Java C -c followed by -d followed by current working directory. The file name is test.java. Okay, there is no error. Okay, now I'm going to tell how to create an API document. For that, we need to use the development tool called Java doc. So the command is Java doc followed by my file name. So I'm going to specify the file name test.java. Okay, before that, I'm simply viewing the directory CS8392. So CS8392 consists of some directory, some files, Java package, Java package test, and test. So now I'm executing the command java document test.java. So now you can see that it created so many files, so many HTML files. This is actually the documentation file. We can call it as a API document. So the details about my program exist in the form of API document. So now I'm going to open the file index.html. So it shows the complete information about the program test. So the package is edu. So it consists of the class. So I have given the documentation command that is reflected here. This class contains two methods, namely display test and main method. So if I'm opening test, so we know that the root class for all the classes object. That's why it inherits the class called object. So the object class exists in the package java.language. It is an implicit directory, implicit package. Then we know that it will create a default constructor. The constructor details is given here. So method summary, we are having two methods. The method one is display test. The second method is main method. So the main method uses static and void. So there is no specific type for display test. That's why it consists of type alone. So if you are switch over to static method, there is only one static method, main. So the description is given here. So there is an instance method, that is a method exists in my class. The method name is display test. So the concrete method. So the concrete methods are here. There is a two method. So all the method will be considered as a concrete method. So while discussing inheritance, I will tell what is a concrete method. So now I think you may aware of instance method and static method. So no worry about concrete method. Okay, the constructor details are there. So public test and the method details are here. Similarly, if you want to know the tree representation, you may simply click on tree. So it will shows, okay, the root class is object, the subclass is test. So if you are using inheritance, your implementation consists of so many classes. In such a case, the tree will consist of hierarchical level of classes. So in case of any deprecated API, that will be listed here. So this is about index. So I have a display test. So it have an index 40. For a package edu, it have a reference E. For a main function, the index value M. For test, it having the index value T. So this is all about Java documentation tool. So generally we will see a README file. So generally those kind of file, while creating Java executable file, is created using this Java documentation tool. So while writing a program, if you have mentioned the purpose of the code, it is easy to generate the documentation. So the documentation is actually generated using Java documentation tool. There is no need to write a separate documentation while writing the Java program. You may simply make use of this Java documentation tool, right? I think we are going beyond the time. So in today's session, we have discussed about Java package and Java documentation tool. So we have learned how to create a package, how to create a sub package, how to compile the program if it have a package, okay, how to compile a program if you want to store the file in different directory, and also we have learned how to execute the program with the package. So while thinking about the package, we have seen how to import the classes Either we can use import statement. So while considering import, we have a two possibility. So we can also use qualified name. So using the package name inside the class, you can access the package. That is the one big. Finally, we have learned about Java documentation tool.